By now, we have mapped your team's behaviors and structures. Now, it's time to go to the next layer. And that is, how do we create energy in the team? How do we create the energy that is needed to go from the existing state to the wanted state? Well, we have been talking about the psychological safety and the importance of that to get this situation or get this. Nej, vi börjar om där.
Ja.
Sorry.
Ja, inga problem, varsågod. Kör nu.
Now, as we have mapped your team's behaviors and structure, we know where you are and we know where you want to go. We have also been talking about psychological safety and the purpose of that and the importance of that to be able to find the trust that you need to get moving. Now we also need the energy. We need the energy for each and everyone to actually move towards that North Star and take that path that you have decided that you should do. We have a few hormones that we can work with. I'm quite often utilizing a metaphor with that we have, our brain is like a cocktail, a constant change in our cocktail in our brain. And the trick is here that you can stir the cocktail just as you want to have it. For energy, you need a lot of oxytocin and you also need dopamine. The oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, the hormone that makes us safe, that is released when we feel touched. The dopamine, that is what we all love. We love getting dopamine in our bodies because the dopamine is the one that gets us going for the next step. What we don't really know is that we actually have 5 different parts of dopamine, or 5 different kinds of dopamine, but I will simply simplify it for you. I will concentrate on 2. The first one is the volatile dopamine, the one that we get when we get likes on social media or when we eat candy or drink alcohol. This is also the dopamine that we usually in business are treating our staff with at the end of a project. We celebrate with a cake or we celebrate with champagne or whatever. And I'm not saying that is bad, but what we need to be cautious about is that this kind of dopamine, we get addicted to it. And we have like a base level. And when we get this, let's call it candy, let's use the candy. When we get the candy, we get a rush. And then it goes down below our 0 level. And then the body wants even more of this dopamine. So we want even more candy. And then it goes down again. And as I said, it's volatile, meaning that it will not be kept in your body for that long. The other dopamine, however, is the one that stays in your body over time. And that is the one that is released when you, together with other people, you have your North Star and you're going there and making progress together. The key word is progress and together. And as you do that, this dopamine is released during your journey, not as you reach the end of it. I do want to illustrate this with a metaphor with, let's say that you are going to cross the ocean. You have 2 different ways to cross this ocean. You have the motorboat and you have the sailing boat. Let's take a jump into the motorboat. It's fast. You get a rush in your body as you move through the ocean and you get to the next port quite soon. The problem though is that the motorboat, the fuel of the motorboat and the engine of the motorboat is empty quite fast. And also, as it goes so fast during or through the ocean, you don't really have time to pay attention what's happening outside. Now let's go back and let's jump into our sailing boat instead.